The teams that make up the W in the CCIW face off tonight in Kenosha as the Carthage Redmen play host to the Carroll University Pioneers. From the Tarble Arena on the campus of Carthage College, John Weiser reporting. Glad you're along tonight for exciting Division III basketball as the Redmen try and snap a two-game losing skid as they suffered a loss on Saturday to Illinois Tech, an overtime loss 86-80 in that game. Meanwhile, Carroll comes in 0-4 in the CCIW. They're searching for their first win in conference play. These two teams split last season's matchup, each winning on the other's home floor. So a very important ball game here tonight. Redmen glad to be home. Boys are happy to be playing back at the Tarble Arena. Been over a month since the Redmen were here at home. It was the Augustana game that went right down to the wire before falling to the Vikings here on the home floor back on December the 7th. And since then, the Redmen have been on the road at Calvin, a pair of games down in Miami that led to victories over Southern Vermont and Washington and Lee. And then back into conference play a week ago Wednesday in a stinker down at North Central. Team was down 18 points in the first half. They missed their first 11 shots in that contest and fell to North Central 77-67. Almost the same situation on Saturday night down in Chicago against Illinois Tech. Team found themselves down 18 in the first half, battled back, forced overtime, but could not get it over the hump in an 86-80 loss at the hands of the Scarlet Hawks. Jordan Thomas tried to strap this team on his back. He finished with 26 points, 23 in the second half, and Brad Cruz chipped in 22 points, 12 rebounds, 10 on the offensive glass for the Redmen in that loss. Meanwhile, it was Jake DiGiorgio had a monster game for the Scarlet Hawks, 28 points, 21 rebounds, 12 of them on the offensive glass. He was the leader for the Scarlet Hawks in that victory over the Redmen. So the Redmen trying to bounce back. They're averaging better than 75 points per game. They're hitting 45% from the field, 34% from three-point range, and averaging 36 rebounds per contest. That contrasts with giving up 68 points, holding opponents to 41% shooting, 34% on the arc, rebounding about even as in the plus-minus category. And the stat leaders for the Redmen right now, it's been all Jordan Thomas, 21 points per game. Matter of fact, there are 4 players in the CCIW averaging better than 20 points per game. Jordan Thomas, one of those players. Brad Cruz at three-point percentage at 46%. He also leads the team in rebounding and block shots per contest. So this Redmen team very, very eager to get going on its home floor. Meanwhile, the Carroll University Pioneers come in at 4-9, and they have struggled. They very easily could be 3-1 in conference play. They lost some tough ball games on the road at Elmhurst, at Milliken, and at Wheaton. Really, their only clunker of a game was their game against North Central on Saturday, a 73-54 rout. The 97-92 game against Wheaton Thunder, both teams shot better than 54% from the field. Joel Heesh had 26 points. Tanner Zeski out of South Milwaukee with 19 points, and Anthony Marlowe tipped in 18 for the Carroll Pioneers. It was all Ashton Francis again for Wheaton in that ball game, as that was a 40-point performance. Second time this year Ashton Francis has hit for 40. Heesh is their leading scorer, averaging almost 11 points per game. He's also their leading rebounder at just under 6 per contest. He leads the team in assists and steals, while Ingebretson leads the team in block shots. So they're without their second leading scorer on the sheet, Ben Wittes. Wittes played 6 games for this Carroll team, left the team after their loss at Milliken. He is enrolled at UW-Eau Claire, and he's already appeared in 2 ball games for the Blue Gold. So this is a team searching for some scoring, searching for an identity. They will get the little things done here tonight. They will force this Redmen team to play hard on offense, really toughen up on defense, and it's on the Redmen here tonight to try and bounce back from those 2 disappointing losses to North Central and Illinois Tech. So Carthage and Carroll tonight from the beautiful Tarble Arena in Kenosha. When we return, we'll visit with head coach Bosco Jurikovic, get his thoughts on tonight's ball game as the pregame show continues from the Tarble Arena right after this 60-second break on AM 1050 WLIP. Yes, it did. Very Welcome back to the Tarble Arena, everyone, as we get set for Red basketball. Redmond hosting Carroll University, now by head basketball coach Foster Cook. Boys should have a pep step. First home game in over a month. Added excitement.
I thought about it. Like, so that will be better.
Changing the lineup tonight. The Baltimore back.
Been a long time. Right. Players missed a lot. Round running, how that goes. Very
Curious how much.
great question on it. Really better. Very whether that means
And is okay. That's the hard part.
as best. I'm no expert. Hit a couple times, step back, off.
That'll be good. And that changes the lineup just a little bit as the into the lineup that changes
Now back fourth goal where he was pretty off. I like back old days. Fifth back. Derek has
I think it's important to go off to a good start. Basketball good the first 5 contests. Found yourself down double digits early, and then you're chasing.
down 8 points. Have last trip best. We play good games. Let's be honest. For such a dynamite, I a very close. You're chasing that both nights. That such such. I so I thought maybe when the overtime would I a lot of
Effort last. We talk about it all the more so now. Not back.
get better rebounding, but I don't. That's what our guys plus. That's that's how minus 11
Offense probably more important.
Saturday. George go back. Cruz are. I believe that's crazy. That's crazy. That's there are more off. Our
Carroll tonight. Not quite sure what, but rightly could they could be 3-1 the way.
lost very played very tough. Elmer's also didn't play well. They hardest purpose. So figure that they're coming in here, leaving the ball on the floor. Them is
What do you see?
Carroll's very out, but that's correct. Dive, get every, go to the off, block cut, all the little that big. We have that one special player that well,
Where's your best?
that like, but
For a win tonight?
heck, off, get off, better start. I've talked off last. Fortunately, we dig ourselves out of some holes over the game. We don't want to any.
Go get them tonight. Head basketball coach Bosco Jurkovic joining us on our pregame. Redmond at home tonight. Hallelujah. Back at Tarble Arena taking on Carroll University. Back with the starting lineup tip-off after this 10:50 WLI. John Weiser back with you as we get set for Carthage basketball tonight as they get set to take on the Carroll University Pioneers from the Tarble Arena. The Pioneers coming in 0-4 in league play. 4-9 overall. Redmond at 7-6, 2-2 in conference play. Want to remind our alumni, fans, family, and friends, the Redmond and Lady Reds basketball programs will have annual alumni games on Saturday, February 3rd in the Tarble Arena. Lady Reds alumni will open the day at 2 p.m., followed by the Redmond alumni at 3. Following the alumni games, your 2017 Lady Reds will face Milliken at 5. Redmond will face off at 7. For more information and registration, visit carthage.u/alum. Have a good crowd here tonight settling in for this one. First home game for the Redmond in 5 weeks for this one here tonight. First of 3 straight here at the Tarble Arena. They'll play Carroll tonight. They'll host Elmhurst on Saturday, and then Wheaton in the building a week from tonight. And these are 3 very big ball games for the Redmond to try to get back into the conference race, sitting at 2-2 coming in. And right in the middle of the pack in the CCIW, Illinois Wesleyan at 4-1, Augustana and Wheaton each at 3-1, sitting right knocking on that door. And big ball game going on in Rock Island tonight as Augustana hosting Wheaton this evening. Also want to let you know that the Lady Reds are on the road tonight. They're in Waukesha to take on Carroll University. We'll keep you we'll monitor that ball game for you as our game progresses here tonight. And a big, all of them are big now for Tim Bernero and the Lady Reds. It'll be Elmhurst at North Park tonight, along with Wheaton at Augustana. North Central is in Decatur to take on Milliken, Illinois Wesleyan with the bye week this week. So a good one here tonight. Good crowd on hand for the first of 3 straight here at home at the Tarble Arena. Let's head down to the scorers table for our national anthem tonight.
Coaches and spectators, we request your cooperation this evening by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. The NCAA and the CCIW thank you for your cooperation. Now please direct your attention to the American flag at the north end of the arena. It draped the coffin of Captain Frank Bavrin, a former Carthage student who died in Vietnam in 1970. The flag is a gift to the college from his parents. In remembering Captain Bavrin, we pay tribute to all who have sacrificed their lives for our country, and we honor those who today put themselves in harm's way in service to America. In honoring America, please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem tonight by the Carthage Pep Band.
Carthage Pep Band with our national anthem tonight from the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. Starting lineups for the Carroll University Pioneers under head coach Paul Combs. They will start tonight at a guard, a freshman out of Brookfield Academy, Ryan Cleary, making his first start for the Pioneers. He's a 6-foot freshman in his first start for Carroll. Joel Heesh, their leading scorer, will start at a guard, 6'2", 170, a senior out of Mauston, Wisconsin, averaging just under 11 points per game. Cale Maupin will start at a forward, 6'4", sophomore out of Peatone, Illinois. The forward tonight will be 6'7", Tyler Ingebrigtsen. Ingebrigtsen at 6'7", 225, and a junior out of Elk Grove, Illinois. And Tanner Zeski will get the start tonight, their leading scorer at 9.7 points per game. Zeski, 6'3", a senior out of South Milwaukee High School. The head coach is Paul Combs for the Carroll University Pioneers with a record of 4-9, 0-4 in the CCIW, and again, won here on this floor last season. Let's head back downstairs for the starting lineups for the Carthage Redmen.
And now, introducing the starters for your Carthage Redmen. Starting at guard, a 5'11" junior from New Trier High School. Hailing from Northfield, Illinois, number 4, Jordan Thomas. At guard, a 6'2" senior from Seton Academy and Concord University. Hailing from Chicago, Illinois, number 21, Kamal Chassis. At center, a 6'11" sophomore from Maine South High School, Park Ridge, Illinois, number 54, Brad Perry. At forward, a 6'5" sophomore from Zion Benton High School, Zion, Illinois, number 24, Keenan Baltimore. And at forward, a 6'4" senior from Lake Zurich High School, hailing from Hawthorne Woods, Illinois, number 25, Brad Cruz. The head coach for the Redmen is Bosco Jurakovic. Coach Jurakovic is assisted by Steve Jurakovic, Quincy French.
So Keenan Baltimore in the lineup and will start tonight for the Carthage Redmen. It'll be Thomas, Shazi, Baltimore, Cruz, and Perry for the Redmen tonight. Our men in stripes tonight, Eric Anderson, Andy Bowl, and Tom Turkis. Pioneers, orange jerseys, orange shirts, white numerals, trimmed out in navy blue. Redmen in the home whites, white jerseys, white shorts, red numerals, and red lettering. So the first game back for Keenan Baltimore. He'd been out since the beginning of the season, had thumb surgery on that right thumb, has a protective cast on it, soft cast on it, will get the start tonight. It'll be Perry jumping center, going up against Heesh, and the opening tip brought down by the Redmen. Shazi works it left to right. We are underway here at the Tarble Arena. Inside quickly, low right to Perry, around and in for Brad Perry. Quick dump in that time by Thomas. Into Perry, low right, and the Redmen off to a 2-0 start. A little bit of pressure here as the Pioneers able to break it. Ziski gets it off to Ryan Clary. Clary appeared in 10 ball games, making his first start for the Pioneers tonight. Ingebrigtsen with it. We got an offensive foul underneath. Moving screen violation there as Cruz tried to get free. Cale Maupin, the sophomore, commits the foul. Slid into Cruz that time as he was trying to race up top of the circle. Redmen will bring it up, facing man-to-man defense here by the Pioneers. Cruz on the drive, going hard, had it stripped. Knocked away that time by Ryan Clary, but then taken right back at midcourt by Shazi. Down low to Cruz, and he'll finish low right with a layup. Pair of turnovers each, and then Cruz with the finish from Shazi. 4-0 Redmond. Now the Redmond get a tip in the backcourt. Shazi with the steal. Try to tip it back, and it goes off of Shazi out of bounds. Carroll will retain possession. Redmond in a 1-2-1 press here to start the ball game. They'll pressure the ball and try and get it on the wings here, and they will as they get it into Zeski. Down the floor quickly to Ingebrigtsen. Down low, back out to Ingebrigtsen, working the left block. Keenan Baltimore able to cut him off, gets it back up to Ziski. Now inside it goes to Maupin. Maupin bothered by Perry, back out. Ingebrigtsen with it now with 6 on the shot clock. And they work it ahead, crossover dribble by Heesh. Heesh puts up a wild shot and bounces off the glass and down. Heesh able to fire one in as the shot clock was going down. Able to bank one in. Carroll on the board, they trail 4-2. Thomas back up to Baltimore. Good to see him in the lineup. Back out to Thomas. Deep three. That one is short. Rebound underneath taken away by Zeski. Back come the Pioneers across midcourt with it. Heesh. Heesh, and we got a double dribble travel. Ball hung up on the hip. Took the extra step. Turnover Carroll. First substitution of the ball game. It'll go for Carroll. Justin Gruber, 5'10 freshman out of Menominee Falls, in to replace Ryan Clary. Tommy Turkus has Baltimore inbounding in front of his own bench. And gets it into Shazi in the backcourt. We're 2 minutes in. Redmond leading by 2. Shazi across midcourt, drifts off right side Baltimore. Baltimore back up top to Cruz, around the left side to Shazi. Now they look inside to Baltimore, turning on the left baseline. Backing down, turning, shooting, and drove to the foul. Keenan Baltimore working on Tanner Zeski. Zeski picking up the foul, the second team foul, a shooting foul. Keenan Baltimore on the free throw line. Baltimore in his first game back. He's missed the entire season to this point. Had right thumb surgery in late October. And cans the first free throw. Out of Zion Benton High School. Talked to him the last couple of days, anxious to get back in there as he fires in both free throws. Redmond back up by 4, and they'll pressure in the backcourt. Heesh gets it across to Zeski. Now hands it back to Gruber. Back to Ziski on the left wing to Gruber up top. Swings it around right side. Heesh with it. Back over to Carey. Check that Gruber. Now inside it'll go. Maupin. Back up top, Zeski on the drive, jump stop at the free throw line, puts it in. Tanner Zeski, short jumper that time from just inside the free throw line, makes it a 6-4 ball game. Zeski his first 2 tonight. Thomas now on the left side, left block it goes Perry. Perry backing down at Ingebrigtsen, kicks it back out. Shazi alone for 3, that one is short. Rebound pulled in by Maupin. Gives it off to Heesh. Heesh on the dribble, penetrates, goes right to the rack and lays it in. We're tied at 6. Unable to stop the dribble penetration that time. Redmond let him skip right through. Little zig and a little zag and 2 points for Carroll. We're tied at 6. Shazi tried to get it into Baltimore, broken up by Zeski out of bounds to the Redmond. Shazi will inbound right of the basket. Gets it into Thomas. Thomas now on the drive. Jump stop in the paint. Off the back iron, no. Rebound pulled in by Maupin. Chance for Carroll to take their first lead here. On the dribble drive, they dump it off Ingebrigtsen. Back out in the corner. Zeski for 3. Got it. Dead right corner 3 for Zeski. A 9-6 lead for Carroll. A 7-2 run for the Pioneers here. 16:15 to go in the first half. Now, Baltimore had it stripped out of his hand, got tackled on the floor. We got a foul called. Who's it on? Baltimore got tangled up with Zeski. They're going to call a foul on Baltimore. I think the Redmen are going to take a timeout here just to regroup. And they will here. It'll be a 30-second timeout by the Redmen with 16:11 to play here in this first half and a 9-6 lead for the visitors from Waukesha. Tonight's Redmond basketball game brought to you in part by Armored Seal Coating. For patching, crack filling, striping, or complete seal coating, go to armoredsealcoating.com. By Anastos Motors, Kenosha's premier pre-owned dealership. They're on Green Bay Road and 45th Street of Kenosha. And by Lou Perini's Gas and Groceries, Sheridan Road, 1 block north of 52nd Street. Redmond 2 for 5, 40%, 0 for 2 from the three-point arc. Carroll now 4 for 4, including a three-pointer. They have turned it over 3 times, the Redmen with 2 turns. Rebounds, a 3-2 advantage to Carroll. It'll be Pioneer ball in the backcourt. They lead it by 3. Gruber now near side, goes to Heesh. Try to throw it back up top, looking for Zeski, throws it away at midcourt. Turnover Pioneers. That is their 4th here in this first half. No changes for the Redmen. Baltimore, Cruz, Perry, Thomas, and Shazi. Shazi to Baltimore. Kicks it over to Cruz, driving in left side, now cut off. Nice job by Maupin. Gets it now to Perry, back to Cruz in the paint. We got a bump and a foul as Cruz accepted that pass in the paint, got bumped off. Zeski picking up the foul, that is his 2nd. And so Zeski will come out. Ryan Clary will check in. Also back in for the first time tonight will be Nick Penny. Penny is a 6'2 sophomore out of Lake Zurich for the Pioneers. Redmond ball left of the basket as they get into Baltimore. Keenan Baltimore working on Maupin, spinning left block, puts it up with the left hand, overshot. The rebound cleared out of there by Ingebrigtsen. Gets it off to Gruber. Gruber down the floor, back to Ingebrigtsen. Ingebrigtsen on the dribble, spinning, lost control of the basketball and turned it over to Thomas on the steal. Jordan Thomas back the other way. Thomas going to go up, draws the foul, and couldn't finish, but will get to the free throw line for a pair. Jordan Thomas on that steal, top of the circle, and took it back, was working his way toward the basket when he was bumped off and fouled. And so the Redmen will get to the free throw line once again. 4th team foul now on the Pioneers. Thomas at 21 per game. Leading scorer for the Redmen, 4th leading scorer in the conference. That's right, the conference has 4 20-point scorers on average through all games. Francis at 26, Rose, Illinois Wesleyan 21-7, Lake at 21-3, and Thomas at 21. And we got a violation on the Redmen in the paint on that 2nd free throw, so wipe it off. Baltimore stepping into the lane. Remains a 9-6 ball game, 15:20 to go here in this first half. Nick Penny getting across the floor. Weaving his way now, tosses it into the near corner. Back inside Ingebrigtsen, able to finish, count it, and 1 for Ingebrigtsen, working on Perry inside. Perry commits the foul, his 1st, team 2nd. And at the free throw line for the and 1 is Tyler Ingebrigtsen, the 6'7 junior out of Elk Grove. Nice little move inside for Ingebrigtsen. 9-2 run here for the Pioneers with 1 free throw upcoming. And that one is short, rebound to Baltimore. 11-6, Redmond trail by 5 now. 5 minutes into the contest. Shazi across midcourt with the dribble, works off the ball screen set by Perry. Drives left side, going glass, lays it up and in. Smart decision there for the senior point guard. Things not going well, take it right to the rack. Able to get the layup left side. First 2 points for Shazi, cuts the deficit to 3 as Shazi knocked to the floor. Offensive foul. Ryan Clary with the dribble dropped the shoulder into Shazi, who had the position on the floor. And so the offensive foul goes to Carroll. Gruber will come out for the Pioneers. Charlie Soule in there now, the 6'2 sophomore from Oregon, Wisconsin. We got a foul on the pass off by Thomas, as contact was made by Nick Penny. Got him across the arm on the pass. That's already the 6th team foul now on the Pioneers. Redmond will inbound left of the basket. They get it into Thomas, left corner. Thomas now gives it up to Baltimore. Baltimore back to Thomas at the center circle. Pioneers will drop off in man-man defense. Baltimore quickly inside it goes. Perry low right, overlaid. A little too much with the right hand that time as he was working on Ingebrigtsen on the right block. Back the other way is Penny. Hands it off to Soule. Back to Ingebrigtsen. Backing down on Perry. Perry with a block. And takes it away from Ingebrigtsen. First block of the ball game for Perry. And the Redmen lead the league in that category, averaging over 8 per game. Baltimore back out to Shazi. Redmond down 3, just under 14 minutes to play first half. And we got a whistle and an offensive foul on Keenan Baltimore sending the screen. Slid into the defender, and that's a second foul on Baltimore. Steve Weiser, the senior, will check in for Carthage. Weiser 6'4" out of Mount Prospect. He will replace Keenan Baltimore. 11-8. Same score down in Waukesha, first quarter. Carroll leading the Lady Reds 11-8. Late first quarter. Now on the drive, Soule pushes it inside, knocked away by Weiser, out of bounds to the Pioneers underneath. Weiser, smart move, ducked inside a Maupin that time, nearly took it away from him. Derek Mason will check in now for the Redmen as he will replace Brad Perry. Check that, it'll be Shazi coming out. Mason, the senior, transfer from Heidelberg. Now they almost break up the pass, picked up by Soule underneath, flips it over the basket, no good, and the rebound taken down by Perry. That was Marlowe actually who took that shot, the 6'4" forward out of South Milwaukee. We got a whistle away from the play, and we got a moving screen on Cruz. That seems to be the call du jour tonight. That's 4 of them. 3 on the Redmen and 1 on the Pioneers tonight. Yet haven't seen this refereeing crew this season, so could be that is their call, much like the NFL where you've got a particular crew that calls a lot of holding calls. This must be their forte. Soule now in the paint, going strong off the glass, falls off no good. Perry had the rebound, lost it. Soule poked it away from him, but it went out of bounds to the Redmen. Weiser will inbound, pressure now by the Pioneers. Gets it into Thomas, and now they'll retreat across midcourt. 13 minutes to play, first half. Redmond down 3. Mason high on the left. Gets it off to Weiser, top of the circle. Back to Mason. Mason over the top down to Perry. Back to Mason, going hard to the glass. Contact, no call. And the rebound pulled away by the Pioneers. Out of the corner for 3. Shot taken by Clary, no good. Perry able to snare the loose ball. Thomas will settle it down. Works the dribble now, gives it off to Mason, high on the left. Now to Weiser, reversing right side back to Thomas. 3 on the way, good. Jordan Thomas for the triple, ties the game at 11. First three-pointer of the night for Thomas. Quickly now the Pioneers, Clary lost control, picked it back up, gave it off to Penny. Penny now gets the return pass on the right arc, fires the 3. That one's no good. Rebound pulled in by Perry. Gets it out to Thomas across midcourt. Thomas, dump pass back to Mason. Mason high on the left wing. Works it middle of the floor now to Weiser. Back to the left side, Thomas. Guarded by Penny, puts it on the floor. Now back out to Cruz with 12 to shoot. Thomas with possession now, works the dribble. Around the right side, going up, got bumped, no call, and the rebound pulled away. Penny got a body on Thomas that time, they let it go. Back the other way. Clary into the paint, dumps it back out. Maupin for the short jumper, good. Not sure Penny had a chance to shoot it, elected to pass it off. Almost like a handoff back to Maupin, who was able to finish. First 2 points for Maupin. 13-11, Carroll. 11-10 to go here in this first half. Cruz now to Mason. Inside it goes to Perry. Back across the right corner to Thomas. Thomas driving in from the corner, puts it up off the glass, no good. Both players hit the deck. No foul called. Penny with it. Works it to Soul, inside back door, Maupin able to finish. Good look by Soul that time. Almost a no-look pass as if he knew Maupin was going to be standing at the left block to get that. Maupin with the finish, he now has 4. And the lead out to 4 now for Carroll. And the dribble goes out of bounds. It should be Carthage ball. Went off the foot of Nick Penny. Substitutions here as Ingebrigtsen comes back in, along with Ziski with 2 fouls. And Troy Howitt in for the first time tonight. Howitt, a 6'2 guard out of Plainfield. TJ Best in there now for the Redmen. Also Sean Johnson in for the first time for the Redmen. Johnson, the 6'10 freshman out of Notre Dame Prep. Mason on the drive, wanted to kick it to Weiser in the corner and threw it away. It's already the 7th turnover committed by the Redmen tonight. They average just over 11 per contest. Down 4, Carroll with the ball and the lead. Ziski with it, working on Cruz. Switch off, get it back out to Maupin. Now inside Ingebrigtsen, traveled with it as he worked his way to the basket. No call as Johnson stood his ground, took away the rebound. Dragged that pivot foot underneath, no call. Now back out to Cruz, who hands it off to TJ Best. Best, a pretty good defensive effort the other night against Mosley, but throws that one away, intended for Sean Johnson. That's 8 turns now by the Redmen. Ingebrigtsen cut off nicely by Weiser. Dumps it back, gets the return pass from Heesh, and finishes low right, and the foul. Heesh did a good job, waited patiently as he got that pass, then worked the give and go back to the big man inside, and we got a timeout taken by the Redmen. Timeout, Carthage, 9:38 to play. We'll take a break. Redmen trail by 6, Carroll 17, Carthage 11 on your home for Redmen basketball, AM 1050 WLIP. Ingebrigtsen on the line for the and one, missing as Brad Cruz picks up the rebound, hands it off to Best. Redmen down 17-11. John Weiser with you tonight from the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. Weiser with it, middle of the floor, gives it off to Mason right side, back to Cruz, open 3. That one's short. Battle for the rebound, tipped away by Johnson. It goes out of bounds off of Heesh. Carthage will retain possession underneath. Kamal Shazi will check in, replacing Steve Weiser. Carthage ball right of the basket. Tough break for Heesh there as Johnson tried to tip that ball to himself. Heesh tried to intercept and it rolled right down his leg. Mason with it now. Pulls up, takes the jumper and hits. Derek Mason's first points tonight. Jumper off the right elbow makes it 17-13 in favor of Carroll. And on the drive going coast to coast, rejected by Johnson, out of bounds. Heesh trying to go all the way. Sean Johnson said, not going to happen on my watch. Pioneers will inbound, left of the basket. Ingebrigtsen with it. Working on Johnson down to the right block. Johnson staying with them, got a piece of it, but still fell in. Johnson held his ground that time, body to body with Ingebrigtsen, still got that shot off, got a piece of it, rolled around the rim and through. Ingebrigtsen with 6. 19-13 Carroll. Shazi high on the left. We get a ball screen from Johnson. Back to Cruz, reversing right side to Best. Now to Johnson, reversing left side to Mason. Again gets the screen from Johnson. Give and go back to Johnson. Drives the basket and was fouled. Little give and go that time. Mason and Johnson. Johnson on his way to the basket left side gets fouled. It'll go on Ingebrigtsen. That is his first. 7th team foul on the Pioneers. And Johnson on the line for a pair. Missing on the front end is Johnson. Johnson 5 points, 5 rebounds in the loss to Illinois Tech on Saturday as Charlie Soule checks back in, replacing Maupin for the Pioneers. Johnson tucking in his jersey. 69% from the line coming into the game tonight. Second one on the way. That one is no good. 0 for 2 that trip. Charlie Soule with the rebound for the Pioneers. Approaching 8:20 to play here in the first half. Redmond down 6. A 10-2 run early in this first half as they nearly get the steal. Shazi almost with the steal. Now Soule with it. Out of the right corner, gives it back. Ingebrigtsen, jump shot going glass, banks it in. Ingebrigtsen able to get a nice shot off the floor that time, working the right elbow. Largest lead now at 8 for the Pioneers, 21-13, under 8 minutes to play. Best now. Try the double team, almost forced the turn as they try to knock it out of bounds. They get the turnover on the double team that time, taking the ball away from Cruz. Won't see that happen too much. Thomas and Perry will check back in for Best and Johnson for the Redmen. Carthage with 8 turnovers here in this first half. We got a holding foul off the stack on the inbound. Kamal Shasi with the foul. That is the 6th team foul on the Redmen. Heesh will take it up from the backcourt. Heesh works around the Ingebrigtsen screen, dumps it off right side Soule to the right baseline, and it's rejected out of there by Perry. Picked up by Thomas. Thomas back to Shazi. Down the corner to Mason. Back off the right wing. Shazi will walk the dribble back out to center floor. Now gives it off to Mason high on the right. Bounce feed back to Shazi on the right block. Turns, going up with the shot, and drew the foul. Shazi spun to his left as he got that pass inside on the right block. Was able to draw the foul and will find himself at the free throw line. Foul will go on Penny. That is his 2nd. 8th team foul on the Pioneers, and Shazi on the line for a pair. Shazi did not score in the loss to Illinois Tech. Knocks down the front end. Maupin, Zeski, and Clary back in now for the Pioneers. Second free throw by Shazi, good. 21-15. Redmond down 6. They'll try some pressure again here in the backcourt. Now Heesh will take it across. Redmond will retreat, set up defensively. Heesh working off the Ingebrigtsen screen to the paint, back out to Maupin. Maupin will hand it off to Zeski. Zeski back to Heesh, back up top to Zeski. Now hands it off to Ingebrigtsen left side. Back to Heesh. Inside it goes, Ingebrigtsen on the left block, backing down on Perry. Turns to his right, missed the shot, Perry with the rebound. Lost Perry, had a clean look at the basket, just simply missed it that time from short distance. Now underneath, Cruz with a nice feed from Shazi, able to finish low right. Redmond back to within 4, 21-17. 6.5 minutes to go here in our first half. Carthage now 7 of 15, just a scooch over 43%. We got a whistle and a foul on the Redmen. Oh my. Foul's going to go on Perry. That's his 2nd. Well, I don't know about that one. If we get a look at our video replay, it looked like he had his position on the floor. Not sure if he left his feet. Put Heesh on the free throw line. Heesh able to knock down the free throw. Heesh their leading scorer. Just under 11 per game. Getting another look here. He was a little late getting planted there. You sold me on it, John. Free throw up and in by Heesh. 23-17, 6-point lead, 6:20 to go here in the half. Cruz now out of the right corner. Back up top to Thomas. We'll hand it to Shazi, the point guard. Mel Shazi did not play last year with a concussion. Now Thomas, three, good. Right side, Jordan Thomas. 6 points tonight for Thomas. Cuts the deficit to three, 23-20. Clary works the dribble, top of the circle. Off to Zeski for the three. Back iron miss. Cruz with the rebound. Gets it off to Shazi. Now to Mason. Perry, middle of the floor. Left side it goes. Shazi. To Thomas. Spinning on Clary. Kicks it back out. Mason driving in from the right side. Got around Ziski, but stepped on the end line as he made his move, turning it over. Good idea. Just ran out of real estate that time to Derek Mason, trying to make that move around Zeski on the right block. 9, make it 10 turnovers for the Redmen in this first half. As I said, they average just a scooch over 11 per game. 23-20, Redmen trail. Clary cut off on the baseline by Cruz. Back up top it'll go to Ziski, now to Maupin. Hands it off to Heesh. Heesh gets a screen. Now back out Maupin, all alone for the three. Air ball miss. Picked up in the far corner by Mason. Mason across midcourt. Now to Shazi right side. Shazi gives off to Cruz, driving in right side. Got a bump, foul, and we got a blocking foul. Heesh that time trying to get in front of Cruz to prevent the drive, trying to take the charge. Did not get set. So Heesh picking up the foul, his first, 9th on the team, so bonus here for Cruz. Ingebrigtsen will check back in. He will replace Anthony Marlowe. Justin Gruber in as well for the Pioneers. Gruber in for Heesh. And then Howitt will check in. Howitt's going to replace Clary. Bonus free throw here for Brad Cruz. That one's in and good for Cruz. Cruz 22 points, 12 rebounds in the loss Saturday to Illinois Tech. 10 offensive rebounds. And hits both free throws here. He will come out. Keenan Baltimore will check back in. Baltimore, if you joined us late, started tonight his first action of the year after coming off thumb surgery in early November. Redmond to within one, 23-22, under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Trailed by as many as 8. Led by as many as 4 early. Zeski driving in from the right side, got body contact by Mason and the foul called. That is the 8th team foul now on the Redmen, first on Mason, so bonus free throws here for Tanner Zeski out of South Milwaukee. Drops in the first free throw. South Milwaukee now part of the Woodland Conference. Used to be a member of the Southeast Conference for many years. Suburban Park Conference back in the day, Tom Roders, if you're listening. Ziski hits both free throws. He will come out. 25-22, lead back to 3 here for the Pioneers. Shazi across midcourt. Works at the Baltimore, backing in on the left side. Turns, shoots, short, got his own rebound, goes back up off the glass. Count it, and one. I guess you could say Baltimore was fouled twice on that play. They let the first one go, and the second one, as he got his own rebound and went back to the basket low left. So Baltimore with an and one and a chance to tie here with 4.5 minutes to play. Maupin that time trying to set up in front. Unable to get the feet set that time as Baltimore made his move to the basket and ties the game at the line with the free throw. 5 points now for Baltimore as Heesh will check in for Carroll, replacing Ingebrigtsen. Knotted at 25, 4:25 to play here in the half. Gruber across midcourt with the left-hand dribble. Works the back door. Heesh trying to no-look pass into the paint. We got a walk or a foul. I'm going to bail him out with a foul call here. Looked like the man walked with the basketball inside, but they call the foul on the Redmen. Mason picking up his second foul. He will come out. Brad Cruz actually going to replace Brad Perry here. So Mason stays in. At the line is Maupin. Maupin with 4 points tonight. Missing on the bonus. Rebound through the hands of Cruz, through the hands of Hamilton, and picked up by Cruz. Redmond with a chance to take their first lead here since early in the ball game. Mason for three, top of the circle, no good. Battle for the loose ball inside, picked up by Maupin. Gruber across midcourt, gets it off to Heesh near side. Gets a ball screen from Hamilton. Heesh gets the return pass now from Maupin. Works the dribble, trying to break down on Cruz. Dumps it into the corner. Howitt with it. In the paint, shot short, rebound Shazi. 3.5 to play. Tied at 25. Baltimore around to Shazi. Shazi high on the left, back to Thomas. Thomas will back it off. Gave up the dribble, now finds Baltimore. Baltimore off to Cruz with 15 to shoot. Cruz back to Shazi. Shot clock down to 7. Gets a screen from Baltimore. Shazi. Bounce feed back to Baltimore. Going low right. Able to finish with the layup. Baltimore came up high, set the high ball screen for Shazi, then retreated back down. Shazi circled around to his right. Fired a bounce pass to Baltimore in stride for the layup to give the Redmen a 2-point lead, and Carroll will take a timeout. Timeout, Pioneers, with 2:55 remaining here in this first half. And we'll see if it's a 30 or a 60 here. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. Well, fans, the NCAA championships are coming to the Carthage campus this spring as Carthage College has been selected as the host of the 2018 NCAA Division III Men's Volleyball Championship at the Tarble Arena, April 27th and 28th. Mark your calendars to be part of the action and be sure to come out in full force to support the Redmen as they compete to defend their home court. For more information leading up to the NCAA Championship, visit ncaa.com or gocarthage.com. Redmen up by 2, trailed by as many as 8. Other scores in the CCIW. Elmhurst up by 4, 38-34. Wheaton leading Wheaton 34-26 in Rock Island. And at the half in Decatur, North Central by 10 over the Big Blue. Carroll ball, working the dribble is Gruber. Gives it off to Clary. Clary able to penetrate, drive the basket, got around Cruz and laid it in. Cruz unable to get in front to cut off the penetration that time. Tried to go for the block and came up empty. Tied at 27. Shazi now, middle of the floor. Dumps it off to Thomas, low left. Back up top to Best. Best, Shazi, Thomas, Baltimore, and Cruz. Shazi now on the drive. No look pass down low right to Cruz. Unable to finish, but drew the foul. It's going to go on Hamilton. Alec Hamilton, the freshman out of Arrowhead High School, picks up the foul, his first. Double bonus now for the Redmen as Cruz at the line for 2. And the first one rattles out, no good. Brad Cruz tonight, 6 points, 3 rebounds. Looking for his first points at the stripe tonight. Charlie Soule in there now for the Pioneers. Replacing Hamilton as Cruz makes the back end, going 1 for 2. 28-27 Redmen, 2:15 to go here in the first half. Gruber now. Checked up by Best and pass stolen away by Cruz. Cruz to the breakaway. He'll lay it up and in from the right side. Best credited with that defensive stop. Cruz getting the steal. Redmond up 3. A near steal that time by Thomas, trying to knock that pass away from Howitt. Now 3 on the way. That one is no good. Rebound inside, taken away by Maupin. Shot rejected by Baltimore, kept alive by Thomas. Picked up in the near corner by Howitt. Howitt now off to Gruber. Gruber back to Howitt on the left wing. Back to Gruber. Baltimore out on him. Shot clock down to 14. Now, Shazi knocked over and an offensive foul. Shazi took the charge from Clary. Ryan Clary, his second charging call tonight. It'll be his second. Corey Nyes will check in for the first time for the Pioneers, a 5'10 junior guard out of Fond du Lac St. Mary's Springs. Anthony Marlowe in. He will replace Troy Howitt. Redmond ball in the backcourt, 90 seconds to go here in the half, leading by 3. Trailed by as many as 8 midway through this half. Carthage able to rally here. Looking to finish this half on a good note. Best inside it goes to Baltimore. They call Baltimore for a travel. He felt the defensive pressure that time from Marlowe behind him as he was trying to set up on the right block. Was going to initiate that contact but did not put the ball on the floor. That's 11 turnovers now for the Redmond in this first half. Minute 10 to go here in the half. Pioneers with the ball. Soul with it now. Works it off far side to Corey Nyes. Back up top to Gruber. Nyes on the far wing. I've been working a little zone action here. Soul now will pull up 15-footer. Back rim miss. Cruz with the rebound. Gives it off to Shazi. 45 seconds to go in the half. Best back to Thomas. Thomas on the drive, going hard, count it, and 1. The blocking foul will go on Maupin. That is his second. And Thomas will hit the line for an and 1. A little give and go there between Best and Thomas able to finish. Zeski, Penny, Ingebrigtsen, and now Maupin all with 2 fouls. Thomas for the and 1. Makes it in. Largest lead for the Redmen now at 6. 33-27 with 39 seconds to go in the half. Redmond will show some pressure here in the backcourt. Heesh in there now, working the dribble across midcourt. And they don't stress you defensively here. Redmond can get a stop as they look inside. Soul snuck in the back door, able to lay it up right side. Redmond will have the ball for the final shot. Shazi across midcourt with 14 seconds to play. Works it off to Best on the left wing. Back to Shazi, reversing right side Thomas. Shazi back to Best. Best cross court to Thomas with 4, with 3 to Shazi. Back to Thomas. Open 3 at the buzzer, comes up short. Would have been a deep 3 off the right wing, and the Redmen will take a 4-point lead into the locker room here at the Tarble Arena. Carthage battled back. They trailed by as many as 8. They take a 4-point lead here at the half, 33-29. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Back with halftime numbers for you after this. You're listening to Carthage Redmond basketball on AM 1050 WLIP. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. Carthage leading by 4, 33-29. Redmond basketball on 1050 WLIP. Brought to you in part by Anastos Motors. Check out their inventory at anastosmotors.com. By Triangle Flooring, Furniture, and Appliance Center, located on Highway 50 and 39th Avenue in Kenosha. And by S.J. Crystal's Menswear. For the finest of men's fashions, it's S.J. Crystal's Menswear, corner of 57th Street and 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. Redmond trailed by as many as 8 here in this first half. A 17-5 run by the Pioneers midway through this first half, capped off by a pair of layups by Tyler Ingebrigtsen. Made it a 19-11 ball game, and the visitors up by 8, but Carthage chipped away as they were able to get to work, as I said, midway through, as the Redmond went on a 10-3 run to take a 2-point lead, 27-25 on the Keenan-Baltimore layup. 3-point play, and then another layup by Baltimore. That made it 27-25. That was a lead they would not relinquish the rest of the way out. The final 4.5 minutes of this first half, Redmond built up as much as a 6-point lead in the final 4 minutes on a Jordan Thomas 3-point play. Charlie Soule got the layup. Carthage had one final look here in this first half, but the Thomas 3-pointer fell short. And we stand at 33-29, Redmond through one half of play. Carthage better shooting here in this first half, 50%, 11 of 22. Redmond were 2 for 7 behind the arc, both 3-pointers by Jordan Thomas, 9 of 13 at the line. It was Brad Cruz with 9 points in that first half. Cruz 3 of 4 from the field, 0 for 1 shooting the 3. He had 9. Keenan-Baltimore chipped in, or I should say Jordan Thomas with 9 as well. Thomas 3 for 8, including a pair of 3-pointers. He had 9 points. Baltimore with 7 in his debut for the 2017-2018 season. Of course, Baltimore had right thumb surgery in early November, so this is his first action of the year. And he had 7 points in that first half on 2 of 4 shooting. 4 points for Kamal Shazi, 2 points each for Brad Perry and Derek Mason. TJ Best, Steve Leeser, and Sean Johnson played, did not score for the Redmond in that first half. Again, Carthage 11 for 22 in that first half. For the Carroll Pioneers, 12 for 25. They were 48%, 1 of 5 from the arc and 4 of 7 from the line. They were led by Tyler Ingebrigtsen with 8 points. Ingebrigtsen 4 for 7 from the floor for his 8 points. Tanner Zeski with 7. Zeski 2 for 3, including a 3-pointer. Joel Heesh with 6. Heesh 2 for 3 from the field. 4 points for Cale Maupin. Maupin 2 for 3, missed a 3-pointer. 0 for 1 at the line for Maupin. And 2 points each for Ryan Clary and Charlie Soule. Clary making his first start of the season tonight. Was 1 for 2 from the field. Soule was 1 for 4 from the field. Again, the Pioneers go 12 of 25, 48%. Carthage out-rebounding Carroll 18-11 in that first half. The Pioneers with just 1 offensive rebound. The Redmen with 3. Leading rebounder for Carthage, Brad Perry with 6. Brad Cruz with 5. Leading rebounder for the Pioneers was Charlie Soule with 3. Carthage turned it over 11 times, but Carroll with just 6 points off of those turnovers. Meanwhile, the Pioneers turned it 8 times, leading to 6 Carthage points. Carroll outscoring Carthage in the paint 18-16, and Carthage a 5-0 on second chance and a 4-0 fast break lead. Score was tied 4 different times. There were 2 lead changes. Carroll led by as many as 8 midway through the first half. Carthage by as many as 6 late here in the first half, and the lead is 4, 33-29. We'll pause and take a 60-second break. When we come back, we'll catch up on action around the CCIW, including in Waukesha tonight, where the Lady Reds are taking on Carroll. Back in 60 after this on 1050 WLIP. Yes, sir. Okay. That sounds good. That could be good or bad depending on who's listening. Redmond leading here at the half, 33-29. John Weiser back with you at the Tarble Arena, the Carthage Pep Band here tonight. That's always good. It's been a while. Redmond, their first home game in 5 weeks. Their last home game the first week of December. So they have earned the right to get back home here for the next 3. Around the league right now, it's 44-36, Elmhurst over North Park. Wheaton Thunder with a 6-point lead in Rock Island, 39-33. That's the shocker of the night so far. And North Central leading at Milliken, 35-25. Lady Reds are up in their ball game as they were leading Carroll at the half. I believe that was 45-26 Lady Reds in front. They're just underway now, third quarter, going on down at the Van Mall Arena in Waukesha tonight. And it's a 45, make that a 47-28 lead for the Lady Reds in that contest. Lady Reds back home on Saturday. They will take on Elmhurst. That'll be part of our doubleheader here at the Tarble Arena. It'll be a 5 o'clock tip. Lady Reds at 5, Redmond at 7. The opponent, the Elmhurst Blue Jays. That'll be our next broadcast. LJ Marks and the men's volleyball team open up play, as they will take on both a tournament here on Friday. It'll be men's volleyball at 5 o'clock, Marymount versus Concordia of Mequon. And the Redmond will take on their opponent. Too quick with those pages, guys. Slow it down. Redmond versus Marymount. That'll be at 7 o'clock on Friday night. Again, the Redmond will be the host for the Division III Men's Volleyball Championship right here at the Tarble Arena, April 27th and 28th. Or you'll find more information at gocarthage.com. Also a reminder for our alumni, fans, family, and friends, Redmond and Lady Reds will have their annual alumni games coming up on Saturday, February the 3rd. That'll be here at the Tarble Arena. Lady Reds alumni open up the day at 2. Redmond will play at 3. And then following the alumni games at 5 o'clock, it'll be a doubleheader. Lady Reds and Redmond squaring off against Milliken. That's coming up on February the 3rd, Alumni Day. More information online at carthage.edu/alumni. A look at the standings on the men's side. Illinois Wesleyan and Wheaton each at 4-1. Augustana at 3-1. Your leaders right now in the CCIW. The Titans from Bloomington are idle, and they have the bye this weekend. And we got that log jam in the middle. Carthage trying to break above water here with a win tonight to get to 3-2 in league play. And an important stretch here for the Redmen as they've got their next 3 here at home. Tonight, Saturday against Elmhurst, and a week from tonight on Wednesday next week against the Wheaton Thunder. Before the long road trips the next couple of Saturdays after that, as we head to Milliken and Augustana. Saturday the 20th and Saturday the 27th. And with the early schedule, that first trip down to Bloomington, that's it for the long trips. We'll have all 3 long trips done by the end of January. Won't be too long. We'll be talking baseball and softball around here. Again, spring training for those in the Wonder. About 6 weeks away. Pitchers and catchers report Valentine's Day, so maybe 5 weeks away. It'll be good. Talk a little warmth. So we've had a mild couple of days here in Kenosha. Temperature breaking up above freezing. First time in about 2.5, 3 weeks. Get back into the deep freeze over the weekend, though. So, try and heat it up here at the Tarble Arena. Again, the Redmen and Lady Reds home on Saturday for a doubleheader. Redmen home here next Wednesday. Tickets available at the door. $6 for adults, $3 for kids and senior citizens. All students, staff, and faculty admitted free with your Carthage ID. Good opportunity to come out and check out this Redmen and Lady Reds program. J-term just starting yesterday. So some of the students back, but not the full student body back. It should be a good time. Chance for the Redmen at least to make some hay here at home over the next couple of games before they end up going on the road. After their game next Wednesday against Wheaton, the Redmen will play 5 of their next 7 on the road before closing out the season here at home. North Central on the 31st, Milliken on the 3rd, and Illinois Wesleyan on February 17th. Lady Reds just the opposite. In the midst of with the home game on Saturday, they're playing 4 of their next 5 on the road. As I said, with the Lady Reds trying to, almost in a must-win situation for them coming into the game here tonight. The way the standings are, and on the women's side with Illinois Wesleyan at 5-0, North Park at 3-1, Wheaton and Elmhurst at 3-2, Augustana and Carroll at 2-2, Lady Reds at 1-3, tied with North Central. That's North Central's only conference win was against the Lady Reds. So they've got some work to do, as do the Redmen here as we get set for the second half here. Carthage leading 33-29. Redmen have finished up their warm-ups here. They're huddled around Bosco Jurkovic, Steve Jurkovic, and Quincy French. Quincy going with the dapper gray 3-piece suit look tonight. He looks fantastic. And game's brought to you by S.J. Crystal's Menswear. Want to look good? That's the place to go. Corner of 57th Street and 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. If they can make me look good, folks, come on. See Louis Aceto downtown. Pioneers will get the ball to start this second half. They'll work it left to right. Zeski, Heish, Maupin, Ingbertson, and Penny out there for the Pioneers. Thomas, Shazi, Baltimore, Cruz, and Perry for the Redmen. Heish with the ball, high right. Works it inside Ingbertson. On the right block, kicks it back up top. Zeski. Try to force it inside, broken up by Cruz. It goes out of bounds. Pioneer ball with 8 seconds to shoot. Good defense here early on by the Redmen. Heish to trigger the inbound. Gets it into Ingbertson. Works the dribble, spins, gets past Perry, goes to the glass and lays it in. Excellent spin move that time off the right block, spinning to his left. Cleared Perry. Ingbertson gets the hoop. 33-31, Redmen lead down to 2. Now Shazi to Cruz left side. Cruz below the arc, takes it back behind the arc now, feeds Perry on the left block. Perry double team, back up top to Thomas. Jordan Thomas jump stops, hangs in the air, going glass, missing, ball tipped and brought down by Maupin underneath. Clears it out quickly. Zeski rejected by Cruz, ball loose at the free throw line, picked up by Baltimore. Keenan Baltimore. Baltimore going to go down the right side, will lay it up, couldn't get it to fall. Rebound Cruz, his stick back will. Cruz on the offensive glass, able to clean up the Baltimore miss. And the Redmen back up by 4, 35-31. Just underway, second half here at the Tarble Arena. whistle, and the ball deflects out of bounds by Cruz. Pioneers will have 16 to shoot here as Heesh will trigger the inbound in front of his own bench. Heesh just gets it into Zeski. Zeski down the right side, cut off by Cruz, back out to Ingebrigtsen. Ingebrigtsen backing down right block, got around Perry, swings it into the corner, goes off of Heesh. Ooh, they said it went off of Shazi out of bounds. So it'll be Pioneer ball here with 7 to shoot. They'll have to inbound right at the corner on the end line. Heesh looking to get it in, and they just beat the 5-second count. Ingebrigtsen with 4, with 3, cut off, try to force it inside, knocked away out of bounds. It'll be Carthage ball. Either way, it was going to be a shot clock violation had the Pioneers kept possession. That ball squirted over the end line as the shot clock registered 0. Now Shazi in the backcourt. A token pressure now as Heesh will retreat across midcourt. Set up a little 2-3 zone here. Now Cruz on the drive, counted and one. On the basket by Cruz as he was knocked to the floor. Foul will go on Ingebrigtsen. That is his 3rd. So he has 3. Maupin with 2. Ziski with 2. And Penny with 2. Cruz for the and 1 now at the stripe. The free throw off the heel and down. 38-31, Redmond lead out to 7. It was their largest of the game. Heesh now across midcourt with the left-hand dribble. Double team, turned over. No, they're going to call a foul. They're going to call it on Shazi. Got him across the arm. Taking another look here. Yep, he grabbed his right arm. Shazi picking up foul number 2. First on the Redmond here in the second half. Ingebrigtsen backing down, left block. Got Perry up in the air. Carey kept his ground, got the block. Maupin picks it up, gets it back out. 8 to shoot now. Ziski back inside Ingebrigtsen. Battling Perry, knocks it out of bounds with a block. Couple of blocks by Perry on this possession. Pioneers will inbound with 3 on the shot clock, right of the basket. Heesh gets it in. Ingebrigtsen got the shot away off the glass, missed it. Ball slips through the fingers of Perry, and the Pioneers will reload. Heesh will swing it off. Penny. Back to Ingebrigtsen, lobs it into Maupin. Maupin fouled hard, and it's going to go on Shazi, his 3rd. Kamal Shazi picking up 2 fouls here in the last minute. He now has 3. Second team foul on the Redmond. A shooting foul. This will put Maupin at the free throw line. Kyle Maupin, just 4 for 12 from the line coming into this game. Knocks the front end down. Maupin 1 for 2 at the line, 5 points. Marlowe will check in now for the Pioneers, replacing Ingebrigtsen. Shazi will come out. Derek Mason in for the Redmond. 1 more free throw for Kyle Maupin. Up and in, and he will check out. Troy Howitt will replace Maupin. Nope, going to come in for Heesh. 38-33. Redmond by 5 here. 2.5 minutes gone by, second half. Mason now high in the left. Works it into Baltimore, left block. Baltimore backing down on the block. Gets it to Mason, driving in the lane. Lost control of the basketball. Troy Howitt got a hand in there to strip Mason of the ball. Back the other way, and it's taken back by Cruz, and Cruz was fouled that time by Anthony Marlowe. Cruz jumped in front of that play. Tried to get the steal. Marlowe jumped in front of Cruz then. You know, jammed a finger on that right hand in the process, and Marlowe picking up the foul, his first. Team fouls even now at 2 apiece. Redmond ball in the backcourt. Baltimore with the trigger. Gets it into Brad Cruz. 38-33 Redmond. Over 3 minutes in, second half. Thomas now high on the left. Backs it off with the dribble. Working on Penny. All the way out near the center circle now. A shot clock down to 12. Thomas looking for some help now. They clear out. Thomas on the drive. Goes up right side. Oh, they're going to call the offensive foul on Thomas. Thomas circled all the way around. Came up from the top. Worked his way down low right. And on the drive, just getting his feet set inside, was Maupin. 38-33, Redmond by 5. Charlie Soule in there now. Gets it off to Marlowe. Marlowe penetrates down low to Soule right side. Rejected by Keenan Baltimore. Picked up by Cruz. Redmond now with 7 blocks in the ball game, 3 here in the half, as Mason fouled, going up for that shot on the low left block, and he will get to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Heading to the fourth quarter in Waukesha, Lady Reds leading Carroll 54-39. Mason on the free throw line. Up and in. First trip to the line tonight for Derek Mason. He's got 3 points. Second free throw is good. 2 for 2 that trip for D Money. He has 4. Lead out to 7. 40-33 Redmond. Marlowe now works it off left side into the hands of Howitt. Howitt driving the lane. Gets it back to Soule. Charlie Soule circles into the paint. Dumps it back to Marlowe low right. Taken out of there. Chased out of there, I should say, by Perry. Now back to Ziski. Ziski got around Cruz. Lays it up and in right side. Tanner Ziski, the senior out of South Milwaukee, getting the layup. He now has 9. 40-35. Redmond lead trimmed to 5 here. 15.5 to play. Mason to Cruz. Right side Thomas for 3. On the way. No good. Nobody home on the boards. Charlie Soule able to clear out the rebound for Carroll. Now Penny with it. Works it off. Back to Soule. Left side it goes. Zeski. Zeski in front of Cruz. Feeds Marlowe now. Low left. Marlowe spinning. Rejected by Perry. Ball loose in the corner. Picked up by Thomas. It's 5 blocks now here in the second half for the Redmond. 9 in the ball game. Perry now, low right, double team. Got the shot away short. Got his own rebound. Got it under control. Goes back up. Was hit. No foul. Back the other way comes Carroll. Zeski for 3. Rolls around and in. 2-point game. Zeski left alone on the arc on the left wing. He's in double figures now with 12. Coming in, just 39% shooting the 3 ball. Got to get in front of him. Thomas now gets it away to Perry. Perry, cross-court feed back to Thomas. Thomas, back up top to Mason, around to Cruz. Cruz with a nice dribble. Gets it back to Thomas, left corner 3. That one's good. Good ball movement by the Redmen. Kept the ball moving. Finally found the open man. Cruz able to find Thomas with a dead corner 3. 43-38. Zeski now to Soule. Tried to feed it into Marlowe. Marlowe tied up by Baltimore. Ball's loose on the floor. Marlowe got it away. And a timeout taken here by Carroll. Wait a minute. Gonna call a foul on Mason? Looked like Carroll was looking for a timeout. Mason calling a foul. You could see the player calling for a timeout. Mason got called for the foul before that. Bad break there for the Redmen as Mason picks up his 3rd. Pioneers will get the ball here with 20 on the shot clock. And the ball game now is Clary Ingridson back in as well. He has the basketball at the free throw line, gives it to Soule. Carly Soule. Back up top. Howitt. Now to Ingridson, trying to work on Perry. Perry able to cut him off and forced to travel. Perry held his ground, kept the feet planted as Ingridson tried to swing his way around Perry, moved the pivot foot, and turned it over. That is the third turnover of the second half for the Pioneers. They now have 11 for the game. 5-point Redmond lead here, 13:20 to go. Steve Weiser in there now for the Redmond, handles the basketball high right. Swings it off to Thomas. Weiser, Thomas, Cruz, Perry, and Mason. Thomas into Perry. He's immediately double teamed. Turns on Ingridson, going glass right side and in. Brad Perry working low right. Has 4 points now. Lead back to 7. Working the ball is Clary. Clary over to the near sideline will get the timeout. It'll be a full timeout here with 12:52 remaining. We'll take a break. 45-38, Carthage in front. Back after the 60 break on 1050 WLIP. Carthage Redmond basketball on 1050 WLIP, brought to you in part by Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha. They're east of I-94 and Highway 50. Nobody sells for less than Lynch. By Dave's American Discount Muffler, honest and dependable service on Sheridan Road in Kenosha. And by Wingstop of Kenosha. They are the wing experts on Highway 50. 45-38, Redmond lead by 7. Carroll ball, 23 on the shot clock, 12:52 to go in the game. Clary, Zeski, Maupin, Ingridson, and Howitt out there for the Pioneers. Ingridson, low left. Again, trying to get around Perry. Perry with another block, able to take it away from Ingridson. Gets it across to Thomas. 4, make that 5 blocks now in the ball game for Brad Perry. Mason, pull-up jumper off the right baseline, good. Little 15-footer that time, just inside the arc, off the right corner. 47-38. Redmond out to 9. Zeski with it now, high on the right. Penetrates to the free throw line, swings it back to Maupin. Maupin inside Ingridson, turning, working on Perry. Perry blocked another one. 6th rejection by Brad Perry. It's the 3rd straight time Ingridson had his shot blocked by Perry. Now they get it in, 2 seconds, 1 on the shot clock, and it will go out of bounds. And which way are we going with it? We're going to have a shot clock violation here, so it'll be Carthage ball. It'll count as a turnover. 4th turnover of the half. 12 in the game now for the Pioneers. Carthage will inbound with Weiser triggering it to Mason. 47-38 Redmond, under 12 minutes to play. The other road teams are winning tonight. North Central at Milliken. Elmhurst is winning at North Park, and Wheaton was up by 10 at Augustana tonight. 3-pointer by Thomas, no good. Maupin with the rebound down the left side. Hands it off to Penny. They work it in the right corner to Soul. Inside it goes. Layup by Ingertson's good. Perry was late getting over. That time Ingertson got the open look. 10 points for Ingertson. 47-40 Redmond. Able to break the pressure now as Carthage will set it up. 2-3 zone here for Carroll. Mason to Cruz, around to Thomas. Back up top to Cruz. The Weiser, touch pass to Mason. Open three left wing, can't fall. Rebound to Perry, and Perry was fouled from behind by Penny. Perry in position to snare that offensive rebound, got fouled from behind, and they'll call it the act of shooting. 2 free throws for the sophomore, Brad Perry. First trip to the line tonight for Perry. And comes up empty on the first. So Penny picking up the foul, his third. Ingertson also with 3 as Perry missed both free throws. 7-point lead for the Redmen here. Get it down quickly, Ingertson. Down low, kick to the corner. Ziski out of the left corner for 3, good. Ziski, his second 3 tonight. He has 15. Make that 3 for 4 behind the arc tonight for Ziski for his 15 points. 4-point lead here for the Redmen. Gonna get a little push here from Carroll. Got to answer. Again, they sit in that zone, that 2-3 zone. Carthage looking to break it here. Mason now penetrates, dumps to Perry. Flush it down. Perry off the left block with a 2-hand rim rocker. 49-43. Good feed from Mason that time. Ingertson to Soul. Soul now working on Mason. Back out to Ingertson. Jumper, good. Just below the free throw line at the right elbow that time. Ingertson with 14. 49-45 Redmond, under 10 minutes to play. Again, they still go in that 2-3 zone look, trying to trap the ball. More of a 2-1-2. Swing it off to Mason, right side. Mason driving, scoop shot on the right hand off the glass. Derek Mason able to penetrate. He's got 8. 51-45. Penny now to Maupin. Ingertson up high on the left wing. Ingertson puts it on the floor now. Facing Perry. Double teamed by Weiser now. Tied up in the paint. Gets it back out to Ziski. Back to Ingertson with 8 on the shot clock. Ingertson on the drive, trying to get around Perry, and does, and Perry commits the foul. This time they're getting Ingertson moving this time instead of trying to post him, trying to keep him moving. Ingertson with the made basket, chance for the and one at the line. Perry picking up the foul, his third. He will exit. Sean Johnson in for Perry. Ingertson for the three-point play. Chance to cut it to 3 here at the line for Ingertson. In and out. Rebound Cruz. 51-47 Redmond, 9 minutes to play. Shazi across midcourt. Now they go back man-to-man. Mason gives it to Weiser. Weiser turns, going up with a shot. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul. Weiser turning into the defender that time, trying to get the shot away. Called for the offensive foul. Maupin just got in front of Weiser as he turned on that shot and took the charge. Weiser's first foul, team foul number 6 for the Redmen. 4-point game. Inside Ingertson, working on Johnson now. Back up top, 3 ball on the way, good. Troy Howitt for the triple. It's a 1-point game, 51-50 with 8.5 minutes to play. Shazi now across midcourt. Gives it off to Mason on the right side. Mason now. Kick to the corner. Weiser for 3. That one's going to be off. The rebound loose in the paint. Still loose on the floor. Johnson trying to go for it. And we got a timeout called by Carroll. How could they call timeout when they didn't have control of the basketball? Tommy Turks, answer me that. He never had control of the ball. Tommy Turkus on the call, calling the timeout, granting the timeout, I should say, to Carroll. They're down to 3. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll get another look. The ball is loose on the paint, rolling around. They dive for it. Weiser ties him up. And Tommy Turks calling a timeout. Break for the Pioneers as they will get possession in the backcourt. Trailing by 1 with a chance to take their first lead at the 4.5-minute mark of the first half. Zeski, Maupin, Ingebrigtsen, Penny, and Howitt on the floor for the Pioneers. Shazi, Cruz, Mason, Weiser, and Johnson. Work the weave up top. Penny with it. Drifts over to the right side with the dribble. Now to Zeski. Zeski trying to get around Shazi. Inside it goes Ingebrigtsen. Turning around Johnson. Goes too hard off the glass. Weiser with the rebound. Gives it off to Shazi. He'll take it across midcourt. 51-50. Redmond by 1. Cruz now between the circles. Left side Mason. Mason back to Cruz. Guarded by Maupin. Puts it on the floor. Leans in on Maupin and draws the foul. Maupin will pick up the foul. That's his third. 15th foul. Cruz in the act of shooting will go to the line for a pair of free throws. 4 of 5 at the line tonight for Cruz. He has 14 points. Free throw off the heel and straight down. Talk about home court advantage. Now Keenan Baltimore will check in for the Redmen, replacing Steve Weiser. Also in, Anthony Marlowe coming in now, replacing Ingebrigtsen. And Joel Heesh back in, replace Zeski. Cruz with one more free throw. On the way, that one is short. Keenan Baltimore able to get the rebound. He'll throw it up top to Shazi. 52-50, Redmond with the lead and the ball. Shazi, pull up, top of the circle, jumper, good. Kamal Shazi, the transfer from Concord University, able to knock it down from the top of the circle. He's got 6. 2-possession game here. Approaching 7 minutes to go. Howitt gives it off to Heesh. Back up top to Maupin. Now back to Penny. And they get it back to Heesh. On the drive around Cruz, ran into Johnson and turned it over. Another turnover here in the second half. That is their make that their 5th turnover, 11th in the ball game now. For Carroll as Ingebrigtsen back in. That was a short breather for Ingebrigtsen. He will replace Maupin. Ziski also back in, replacing Heesh. 54-50 as Shazi handles the ball in the backcourt. Cruz with it, facing the basket, driving on Penny. Bounce pass right side Mason. Mason now on the drive. Mason got held up on the way up. Held ball. Possession arrow to the Redmen. Good defense inside that time by Howitt. Block on Mason, I believe, or was it Ingebrigtsen? It was a collision inside, and now we got a whistle and a foul off the stack. It'll go on Carroll. Marlowe with the foul, holding on the stack. That is the 16th foul now for the Pioneers. Each team with 6 fouls here in this second half. Shazi looking to trigger, gets it to Baltimore, and then what do we have? Offensive foul on Baltimore. Stepped out of bounds. In front of us, let's see, what did he do? Shazi come out of bounds with it? Not sure what happened there. Anyways, it's Carroll ball. Pioneers Penny to the free throw line. Works it around left side, Zeski. Back up top, Ingebrigtsen. Hands it off to Marlowe, pops for the three and hits. Howitt, from the top of the circle with 6. 54-53, Redmond lead down to 1 again here as we go under 6 minutes to play. Pioneers hanging around. Now Mason to Baltimore, driving in right side, was fouled on his drive by Marlowe. Marlowe picking up foul number 4. Jordan Thomas and Charlie Soule in. Thomas in for Mason for the Redmonds. Soule replacing Marlowe, who leaves with 4 fouls. So Marlowe with 4, Maupin, Penny, and Ingebrigtsen each with 3. Baltimore's free throw up and in. On that last exchange, they said Shazi bounced the ball into Baltimore, but it bounced out of bounds and then into play. That was the turnover on that inbound play. Baltimore misses the second, the rebound by Ziski. 55-53 Redmond. Chance to tie or take the lead here for the Pioneers. 5:35 to play. Penny, top of the circle. Gets it back to Ziski. He'll pop for the 3. That one is no good. Rebound, Sean Johnson. It hit the front of the rim, went off the glass, and Johnson able to snare the rebound. Thompson now gives it off to Shazi high in the right. Back to Johnson, middle of the floor. Gets it back to Shazi, now to Baltimore. Back to Shazi, right wing, to Thomas. Thomas now on the drive, hangs in the paint and hits. Little teardrop from below the free throw line. Falls in for Jordan Thomas. He now has 14. Redmond by 4. Penny gave up the dribble. Now finds Howitt. Feeds Ingebrigtsen. Jumper over Johnson. Good. Tough shot. Johnson hung with him. Able to knock that one down. And now Carroll will take a timeout. Stopping play with 4:48 remaining. So timeout Carroll. They have 2 remaining. 4:48 to play. 57-55 Redmond. Tonight's Redmond basketball game brought to you in part by Something Different, the sports fans' fantasy land on 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha, by Coliseum Games, southeastern Wisconsin's premier game store, located on 60th Avenue and 75th Street, Kenosha, and by Anastos Motors. Get a 2-year maintenance program with any car you buy. Check out the inventory at anastosmotors.com. 4:48 to play. Redmond by 2, 57-55. Each team in the bonus. Possession arrow, Carroll. Other scores in the CCIW. Elmhurst over North Park, 65-52, under 9 minutes to go. Under 8 to play in Rock Island. Wheaton 66, Augustana 61. And it's a final indicator. North Central knocks off the Big Blue, 71-54. Lady Reds a winner tonight in Waukesha, 66-53, the final in that one. Redmond trying to end a 2-game skid here tonight. They lead it 57-55. Baltimore, Shazi, Cruz, Thomas, and Johnson on the floor for the Redmond. Zeski, Ingebrigtsen, Penny, Howitt, and Soule for the Pioneers. They'll put some pressure on in the backcourt. Howitt pressuring Shazi. Gets it across to Baltimore. Baltimore down low right side. Johnson reverse layup. Wouldn't fall. Did everything right that time, but unable to finish was Johnson. Rebound and possession back to the Pioneers. Penny now gives it off to Zeski. Rolls it into Ingebrigtsen. Ingebrigtsen cross-court feed back to Howitt. Howitt working on Baltimore. Gives it off to Penny. Penny in the right corner. Back to Ingebrigtsen with 12. Ingebrigtsen below the arc. Puts it on the floor with the left hand. Fell down with it. Ball loose and taken away by Baltimore. Baltimore leads it down to Cruz. He'll finish with the layup right side. Good defense there as they force the turnover, and then the finish by Cruz on the other end. 17 tonight for the senior Cruz. 59-55 Redmond. Ziske now feeds Ingebrigtsen left side. Once clear. Walk with the ball. Turned it over. No call. Now Howitt had the shot blocked by Shazi, taken away by Baltimore. That is the 7th turnover in the half by the Pioneers. They have 15 on the night. Big possession here with under 3.5 to play. Baltimore backing in on the left side. Bounce feed to Johnson again. Gathers it in, lays it up left side and good. Same play, better result this time for the freshman Johnson, his first 2 tonight. 6-point lead, timeout Carroll. They have 1 remaining. 3:10 to go here in Kenosha. Carthage leading 61-55. We'll take a 60 break. You're listening to Redmond Basketball on 1050 WLIP. Redmond lead by 6 here, 61-55, 3:10 remaining at the Tarble Arena. John Weiser with you, first of 3 straight home games for the Redmen. First meeting of the year between the Redmen and the Pioneers. And these teams split, the road team winning each game last year. Howard gets it in. Heesh back in there now for the Pioneers. Gives it off to Ziske. Down to Maupin. Maupin goes inside to Ingebrigtsen. Backing down on the right block. Turning on Johnson. Johnson with the block. Knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Pioneer ball. Another block for the Redmen tonight. That's 7 here in this second half. 11 for the ball game. And Carthage coming in averaging just under 9 blocks per game. Now Heesh cut off, gets it back to Ingebrigtsen, trying to go over Johnson. Hits the floater off the right block, and 1 upcoming for Ingebrigtsen. Nice play. Heesh had the basketball up high. Was guarded by Johnson. Johnson then recovered, went down low, and Ingebrigtsen just flipped it up with the right hand. Prayer answered, 20 tonight for Ingebrigtsen. Had 24 earlier this season against Loris. Knocks down the free throw. Penny will check in now. He will come in for Howitt. Again, the Pioneers with just 1 timeout remaining here with 2:47 to play, trailing by 3. Shazi will give it off to Baltimore. They look to trap. Ball loose in the back court, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Carthage ball. Hey, wait a minute now. The ball went out of bounds. They're going to call a 10-second violation on the Redmen. That ball was tipped and went out of bounds. Bosco pleading his case at the scorer's table. The ball was tipped by Heesh, and it went out of bounds underneath. The officials are calling a shot clock violation on the Redmen here. So Carroll will get possession left of the basket, down 3. Huge break here for the Pioneers. Ziske for 3. That one is short. Rebound, tap out, picked up by Howitt. Pioneers will reload here. Howitt with the dribble. Gives it off to Heesh at the center circle. Now pulls it back, try to get it into the hands of Maupin. Maupin collides with a teammate over there, Ziske. Now they get into Ingebrigtsen. Ingebrigtsen backing down on Johnson, spinning, going glass, and banks it in. Ingebrigtsen now with 23. And it's down to 1, 61-60. Try a little pressure again here in the backcourt. Redmond trying to read and react. Cruz gets it across now to Thomas. Thomas to Baltimore. Baltimore driving in left side, lays it up and in. That's how you break the press. You get 3 up high, that leaves you 2 down low. Baltimore able to split the difference. He's got 10 tonight. 63-60, minute 40 to play. Heesh now on the drive. The kick to the corner. Ziski, offensive foul, I believe. Collided with Johnson. Heesh did as he dished that pass away. And the foul on the Pioneers. Second foul on Heesh. Carthage possession here with a minute 34 to play. Penny in for Howitt. Soule will check in as well. He will come in for Ingebrigtsen. Brad Perry in for Sean Johnson. 1-3-1 press here for the Pioneers. They look to trap at midcourt. Thomas to Cruz. Cruz now keeps it middle of the floor on the dribble, gets it across. Now to Shazi. Minute 20 to play. Shazi double teamed, will take the timeout. Tough spot there for Shazi when he got that pass at midcourt. He was right there with his right hand, right foot I should say, on the center line. So Redmond will take the timeout. They have 3 remaining. 63-60 Carthage. Minute 20 to go. Each team in the bonus. Possession arrow favoring the Pioneers. Scores in the league. In Rock Island, Wheaton leading Augustana 68-64. 5.5 minutes to play in that one. 3 and some change down in Chicago. Elmhurst leading North Park 82-66. North Central has already defeated Milliken tonight 71-54. Cruz will get it into Thomas in the backcourt. 13 to shoot. Thomas gets it across. They set up the double team, gets it to Shazi. Shazi back to Thomas. Now to Baltimore. Corner it goes. Cruz, left corner 3. That one is no good. Shazi able to dig out an offensive rebound. Redmond will reload with a minute to play here in the ball game. Shazi draws the defense, gets it off to Thomas. Back to Shazi. Shazi now splits the difference. Shazi into the corner to Cruz. Cruz out of the right corner. Cruz on the drive, got bumped off the ball. Blocking foul called on Maupin. And Maupin picks up his 4th. This will put Cruz on the line, shooting the 1-and-1. Was not in the act of shooting, so Cruz on the line for the bonus. Cruz with 17 tonight to lead the team in scoring. Ingebrigtsen and Howitt in now for the Pioneers. Also Penny back in. Steve Leiser will come in for Brad Perry. Cruz will toe the line for the front end of the 1-and-1. Marlowe and Maupin now with 4 fouls. Ingebrigtsen and Penny each with 3. Cruz's free throw good. Big one there, makes it a 2-possession game with 46 seconds to play. 18 points tonight for Brad Cruz. Second free throw is good. 5-point lead with 46 seconds to play. Heesh will bring it across. Picked up by Cruz. Gets around Cruz. Help up by Leiser. They'll get the layup and they'll take their final timeout. With 38 seconds to play, the Pioneers out of timeouts. So it'll be a full timeout. We will keep it here with 38 seconds to play. Redmond leading 65-62. Next foul committed by Carroll will be double bonus time for the Redmen. Carthage will be facing full court pressure here when play resumes. Redmond basketball on 1050 WLIP, brought to you in part by Ruffalo's 2 Pizzeria and Family Restaurant on 45th Street, just west of 39th Avenue. By Anastos Motors. Get a 2-year maintenance program with any car you buy at AnastosMotors.com. and by Mason's Eatery and Pub. They're on Highway 50 just west of Green Bay Road. Don't be a chain eater, eat at Mason's. Carroll Pioneers out of timeouts. Possession arrow to the Pioneers. Each team in the bonus, but as I mentioned, next foul by Carroll puts the Redmen in the double bonus. Redmen home Saturday night. They'll host Elmhurst. A doubleheader. Lady Reds will tip it off at 5, followed by the Redmen at 7 right here at the Tarble Arena. Lady Reds with a big win on the road tonight at Carroll. Wheaton continues to lead Augustana in Rock Island, 75-70. Battle of one-loss teams in the league. It would be a huge tiebreaker for Wheaton to hold, with Augustana having to come back to Wheaton the second half of the round robin. Cruz to inbound here, facing pressure. They get it into Shazi. Back to Cruz. Cruz now draws the double team. Middle of the floor, it goes to Weiser. Weiser back to Shazi, across to Thomas. Thomas now. Back to Shazi, gets it to Thomas, and it's taken away by Ingebrigtsen. Redmen turn it over. 20 seconds to go. Now near travel, and we do get the walk. Double dribble by Heesh. Turns it back to the Redmen. Oh, the Pioneers with an opportunity there. And a coughing by Heesh gives it back to the Redmen. Redmen will take their timeout here. They have 2 remaining. 17 seconds to play. Carthage will have to go the full 96 feet with 17 seconds to go. Told you, this Carroll team has been in tough ball games. You look back, 3 of their 4 conference losses, they lost by 5 at Wheaton. They lost by 3 in Decatur. They lost by 6 at Elmhurst. And their only blowout was the home game Saturday, losing to North Central. So Paul Combs has a very scrappy team here, hanging tough on the road at Carthage tonight. Cruz, Thomas, Baltimore, Weiser, and Shazi. Heesh, Penny, along with Zeski, Howitt, and Ingebrigtsen. Shazi now keeps it alive. His ball was punched away as Shazi was dumped to the floor by Penny. No foul called. Carthage at midcourt here with a 3-point lead. Ryan Clary will come in now, replacing Ingebrigtsen for Carroll. Again, Pioneers electing not to foul here. Cruz gets it in deep to Weiser, and Weiser immediately fouled there. It'll be a 2-shot foul here, double bonus for Steve Weiser with 9.4 to play. All right, Steve, all you need to do here, get your 1. Get 1 out of 2 here, make it a 2-possession game. The senior Steve Weiser at the line for a pair of free throws. First one up, solid. 2-possession game now. Johnson at the scorer's table will replace Weiser following this free throw. Weiser's second good. 2 for 2 for Weiser. A couple of clutch tosses from the stripe, and the Redmen go up by 5 with 9.4 to play. Penny will inbound. Gets it in. Heesh quickly across midcourt. They'll let him go. Shot blocked by Johnson, picked up by Thomas. Hard foul by Penny. Nearly took the head off of Thomas that time. And the Redmen are going to come out a winner here tonight at the Tarble Arena. Johnson with the block underneath. The Redmen with 13 block shots, 9 here in the second half. And Thomas to close it out on the line. Free throw up and good. Weiser in for Keenan Baltimore. Redmen will back off the line here. Thomas, one more. and nails it. 69-62. Ball is into Zeski across midcourt at the buzzer for three. Banked it in. It will count, but the Redmen win by 4, 69-65. Final here tonight, Redmen snap a 2-game losing skid. They go to 3-2 in conference, 8-6 overall. Pioneers fall to 0-5 in the league, 4-10 on the season. A hard-fought one here tonight, but the Redmen prevail on their home floor. 69-65, your final. We will take a 2-minute break, run the numbers for you, visit with head coach Bosko Jurikovic. All of that coming on our postgame right after this 2-minute timeout on AM 1050 WLIP. Carthage Redmen basketball on AM 1050 WLIP and WLIP.com, brought to you in part by Anastos Motors, home of the 3-day buyback guarantee. By Armored Seal Coating, they're online at armoredsealcoating.com. By Luigi's Pizzeria, dine-in, take-out, and delivery, 39th Avenue, just south of Highway 50. By Triangle Flooring, Furniture, and Appliance Center on Highway 50 and 39th Avenue. Lou Perini's Gas and Groceries, Sheridan Road, 1 block north of 52nd Street. Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, east of I-94 and Highway 50. Nobody sells for less than Lynch. Estee Crystals Menswear on the corner of 57th Street and 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. Mason's Eatery and Pub, Highway 50 just west of Green Bay Road. Don't be a chain eater, eat at Mason's. By Dave's American Discount Muffler, honest and dependable service on Sheridan Road. By Something Different, a sports fan's fantasy land, 6th Avenue, downtown Kenosha. By Wingstop of Kenosha, they're the wing experts on Highway 50. Coliseum Games, southeastern Wisconsin's premier game store. By Ruffalo's 2 Pizzeria and Family Restaurant on 45th Street, just west of 39th Avenue. And by Kenosha Nissan. Check them out online at kenoshanissan.com. Redmen with the victory tonight, 69-65, a hard-fought affair. They led at the half, 33-29, but then built a 9-point lead out here in the first 8 minutes of the second half. A Derek Mason jumper that made it 47-38 in favor of the Redmen, but the Pioneers chipped their way back. They went on a 7-2 run to cut the lead down to 1 at 51-50. And the Redmen went back up 54-50 on a Kamal Shazi jump shot just inside the arc on the right side with just over 7 minutes left. The Redmen were up 54-50, but the Pioneers came right back. Troy Howlett with a three-pointer brought them back to within one, 54-53, and again the Redmen answered, building out a 6-point lead, 61-55. Brad Cruz with a layup, and Sean Johnson able to get the layup. Johnson's coming with 3:21 left, and the Redmen a 2-possession lead. But again, the Pioneers go on a 5-0 run, bring it back to within one. Ingridson, a 3-point play, and then a layup by Ingridson, cut it to one, 61-60. Redmen again able to answer in the under 2 minutes left, getting a Keenan Baltimore layup and a pair of free throws by Brad Cruz and lead back out by 5. But Pioneers would not go down easily. Heesh drove and got a layup with 39 seconds left, and then Weiser fouled with a 3-point game on the line with 9 seconds left. Steve Weiser then calmly hit 2 free throws. That put the game out of reach as the Redmen built out a 5-point lead. Jordan Thomas with a pair of free throws with 4 seconds left. Tanner Zeski hit a half-court three-pointer at the buzzer for the final margin as the Redmen hang on 69-65. In the second half, the Redmen go 57%, 12 of 21. For the game, the Redmen shoot 53%, 23 of 43. Redmen just 1 for 6 shooting the 3-ball in the second half. For the game, 3 of 13. And at the line tonight, the Redmen 20 of 28 from the stripe. 3 Redmen players in double figures tonight, led by Brad Cruz. Cruz with 19 points, 6 of 8 from the field, 7 of 9 from the line. Another strong game for Brad Cruz in 39 minutes, went 19 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 steals for Brad Cruz. You tell me he's working on first team all-conference on the year. 19 tonight for Brad Cruz. Jordan Thomas was 16, 5 under his season average, but Thomas tonight 5 of 13, 3 for 7 at the line, or at the three-point arc, 3 for 4 at the line, finishing with 16 tonight. 10 points for Keenan Baltimore in his season debut. Made his way into the starting lineup tonight after missing the first 2 months of the season with a thumb injury. His right thumb surgically repaired and back in there. 10 points in his debut tonight, 3 of 6 from the floor, 4 of 5 from the line for the sophomore Keenan Baltimore. Derek Mason off the bench for 8 tonight in a role that he will play now. Mason 3 of 5 from the field, 0 for 2 from the arc, finishing with 8 points. Kamal Shazi, a little bit better game tonight, 6 points tonight for the point guard, 2 of 3 from the field, 2 for 2 at the line, also dished out 3 assists tonight. 6 for Brad Perry. Perry 3 for 5. But Perry tonight, 8 rebounds, 6 blocks for Brad Perry. Steve Weiser getting 2 points late on a pair of free throws with 9 seconds left. Sean Johnson with 2 tonight. TJ Best played in the first half, did not score. Again, the Redmen 53%, 23 of 43 tonight. For the Pioneers, 2 players in double figures. Tyler Ingebrigtsen with 23 tonight, 1 off his season best. Ingebrigtsen needed 21 hoists to get to 23 points, 11 for 21 tonight for Tyler. Tanner Zaski, 18 tonight. Zaski 6 for 10, including 4 3-pointers tonight, including the one at the final buzzer. He finished with 18. 8 for Joel Heesh. Heesh 3 for 5. 6 for Troy Howlett. Howlett 2 for 3. 6 points for Cale Maupin. Maupin 2 for 3. 2 points each for Ryan Clary, Charlie Soule, Alec Hamilton, Corey Nyes, and Anthony Marlowe played, did not score for the Pioneers tonight. Pioneers in the second half, 51%, 14 of 27 for the game, and even 50%, 26 of 52. They shot 6 of 12 from the three-point line and 7 of 11 from the free throw line tonight. Redmen, a +8 on the glass. Carthage out-rebounding Carroll 31-23. 8 on the offensive glass tonight for the Redmen. Perry and Cruz each with 8 to lead the way for the Redmen. Carthage getting 13 shot blocks tonight, 6 by Perry, 4 by Johnson. And the Redmen with just 7 turnovers in the second half for a total of 18. That led to 17 Carroll points tonight. Carthage in that second half forced 9 Pioneer turnovers, leading to 19 Redmen points. Points in the paint, Carthage outscoring Carroll 34-30. Score was tied 4 times, all in the first half. Lead changed hands twice tonight in that first half. And the Redmen hang on, picking up the win here at home by a final of 69-65. So Carthage snapping their 2-game losing skid. They're now 3-2 in the league. Scores from around the league. Elmhurst a winner tonight, 91-76. The big one tonight, number 2 Augustana goes down at home. The Wheaton Thunder, 86-81 over Augustana in Rock Island. And North Central winning on the road tonight down at Milliken, 71-54. But the Redmen prevail here tonight as they pick up league win number 3. So your updated standings now, Wheaton alone in first place now, a half game in front of Illinois Wesleyan at 5-1. Wesleyan at 4-1, North Central 4-2, Augustana 3-2, along with Elmhurst and Carthage. North Park at 1-4, Milliken 1-5, and Carroll 0-5 on the season. Joined now by Bosco Jurikovic here as we get into our post game tonight, Bosco, and good effort tonight by the guys, and they hung on. They found a way to close this one out here tonight.
Hard to explain this game today. Carroll plays very, very consistently hard and makes it hard for everybody. They were at Wheaton a week ago. Tonight's final score was 69-65. The guy made a 3-point basket. It didn't matter. But last week they played the same type of a quality game at Wheaton, lost 97-92. So it's hard to say who forces style of play. We've been playing reasonably fast, and I looked up today, and the score was low, and neither team was playing particularly well. It was sort of a in the pit slugfest, and fortunately we made enough plays at the end to win the game.
A grinder, as they would say tonight.
Absolutely, and you take a look, we had a bunch of block shots. We were up 8 in boards, and that's something that we need to be better at. And now we've got 2 more home games, but it's Elmhurst and Wheaton. We've just looked at the scoreboard or the standings. Pretty darn good teams.
Pretty darn good league. We all know that at any given night.
Every night, every year.
I mean, 3 road teams win tonight, and almost a 4th here with Carroll. They hung around.
Absolutely, they did. I mean, they made shots that you probably wouldn't think that they would. Not because they're Carroll, because they were tough shots. And they made them in key times and kept the game close, Every time we looked like we were going to separate, it came right back. And to our credit, we made enough plays down the stretch to win the game.
It's interesting, with Ingridson in there, he tries to post up, no match between Perry and Johnson. Keeping him moving, that's when he started getting hot, making him move around and create his shot.
He's improved so much, and their goal was, and it was a trade-off. He scored 3 points.
On 21 hoists.
Probably had 8 or 9 shots blocked.
Yep.
And